Okay, welcome to part 5 where we're going to go ahead and add in our roof to our shed. Let's go ahead and get started. I'd like you to find one of your available floor plans, and if you're out of them, just go ahead and redraw a rectangle with the original dimensions. Make sure all your object snap settings are on. I did turn mine off in the last video, so I'm going to go ahead, select all these back on, and then press OK. And then we could get started. Use the line tool, L, enter, to draw from the center point here up vertically about 2 feet. So I'm going to press 2, enter, and that's going to be the top of the roof. I'm going to press escape, then enter to reactivate my line tool, and I'm going to go out from the edge of the building a total of half a foot, so 0.5, enter, then I'm going to press escape, enter, and go around here to the other side and extend out roughly half a foot. So 0.5, enter. And then I'll press escape. And the reason I did that is I also want to have a half foot overhang from each side. So those are going to actually help make that overhang. Okay, I also want this rectangle here, but I don't want it for the moment. So I'm going to select it and allocate it over to my roof finish layer. Then I'm going to press escape, and I'm going to turn off my roof finish layer. So I'm just left with those 3 lines. Once you have those 3 lines, we're going to use a line, enter, to connect them all together. So that's going to go to there, which is going to go to there, which is going to go to there, like that. So they've all been connected. And before we fuse them, we want each of these to be like a joist or a stud of 2x6 type. So we're going to go ahead and adjust it. So I'd like you to click on your front view so you're kind of like forward facing it like this, because we're about to offset these, and if you offset in 3D space, sometimes it doesn't give you the effect you want. So I'm going to go O for offset, enter, and we're going to go half a foot, so 0.5, enter. I'm going to select this line, go down, click, select this line, go up, click, and select this line and go down, click. So it's going to look something like that. I'm also going to adjust it to take a look, and it looks pretty good. So it looks great. We just got to trim some stuff off. So I'm going to use trim, enter, select it all, enter, and I was hoping to trim some things off, but it doesn't seem like it wants to. So not a big deal. I'm going to press escape twice. Let's go back to the front view, and we'll just kind of do this the old-fashioned way, which is I'm going to select that line, and I'm going to go up, and I'm just going to manually kind of snap these into place, or move them up into place. Okay, so it looks something like that. Let's go ahead and see if we did it correctly, though. I'm going to use the J tool to try to join these 3 large ones together. Okay, and it did work, and then I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to try to join the smaller ones together. Okay, and it looked like that worked also, so I was able to connect them all. Okay, and now that we have that done, I would like you to adjust your view back so you can kind of see it isometrically, and then turn on that roof finish that we had on before. We're going to copy this across. Before we do that, let's go ahead and extrude it. So EXT, enter, select both, enter. And we're going to go out 2 inches, so 0.17, enter. So we have that. I'm going to switch it back to 2D wireframe mode because you want to make sure you select both of these for the copy. Then I'm going to use copy, enter, to select both of them, enter. And starting from the end of the green line, I'm going to go up there. If you have free control over it, make sure you turn on your ortho mode, and then go up the line. So I'm just like that. I'm going to press 2, enter, 4, enter, 6, enter, 8, enter, 10, enter. And that would have spaced it across every 2 feet. So it looks like that. Just the last one kind of needs to get pushed up just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and use the move tool. So select that one, and I'm going to select both portions again. Press enter, click on the end there, and I'm going to go up the line a total of 2 inches. So 0.17, enter. So it should look something like that. And because it would kind of look awkward to have like the house with this kind of facing the outside, we're going to create a secondary copy on both ends. So just use your copy tool one last time to select these two portions and just offset a copy to the end there so it looks something like that. And then for this one as well, use your copy tool to select both of those and create an end portion there as well. Okay. So on the very end ones, you can select that triangle and delete it, since that's going to be part of the finish, part of the facade. And now we can go ahead and subtract the insides from the outsides. So I'm going to switch it back to shaded for a second. And you're going to go SU, subtract, enter, and you go big one, enter, and then look for the small one, select it, and press enter to cut it out. So big, oh whoops, I got to press subtract again. So big, enter, look for the small one, enter, and it should cut it out. So big, enter, whoops. Small one. Okay, and just continue that process. So it should look something like that. We could get more elaborate with our truss system also, but just because of the scope of this activity, we're going to keep it at this. Okay, so for these end two portions, I'd like you to select them, and then we're going to allocate those over to the finish, since those are going to kind of be on the outside. Then press escape twice, and then these inside portions, we're going to allocate that to the truss layer, like that, and then press escape twice. So it's going to look something like that. Let's go ahead and add in our underlayment. It'd probably be best just to draw it out on here. So I would like you to go UCS, enter, and you grab your XYZ coordinate system. Click on the endpoint there, and I want you to go up. Let me turn off ortho mode for a second. Go up to this point, click there, and then go across to the corner of the other side and click there, so that your X and your Y are facing the direction you want to draw in. So if you did that correctly and you try to draw a rectangle, REC, enter, and you start at that point, you should be able to draw a rectangle all the way up to this surface here. And then I'm going to click that down, and I'm going to press escape twice. So I drew a rectangle on the surface, and that's pretty cool. Now we're going to extrude out that rectangle, EXT, enter, click on it, enter, and we're going to go out. For this layer, let's just say, since it's the underlayment, it's going to be very, very thin. Let's go ahead and just say 0.07, enter. So that's a very thin layer like that. Then let's go ahead and mirror that layer. So MI for mirror, enter, select that one, enter, and we need a midpoint somewhere, but our midpoint might not work. So if your midpoint doesn't work, let me try that. Oh, it might work. Okay, yeah, it does work. I'm going to click there and then not erase the source. Okay, so that actually looks really good. I'm going to go ahead now and let's allocate this over to the underlayment layer. So select both portions. I don't think I accidentally clicked anything. And maybe I did. Select both portions and put that in your underlayment. Okay, so mine looks like that. And then with your XY plane, we want to do the same trick again. So UCS, enter, but now we're going to move it up to this corner. I'm going to go up for my X direction to the point there, and for my Z direction to the end there. Okay, so now we should be drawing on top of this surface. Draw a rectangle again, REC, enter, and click, draw the rectangle, and get to the top of that and click. Okay, we're going to extrude out this rectangle, EXT, enter. Oh, let me go ahead, turn off my underlayment, it's probably getting in the way. Okay, EXT, enter, click that, enter. And this will be our shingles, so a little bit of thickness. Let's just go ahead and say 0.17, enter, like that. That's looking pretty good. You might notice that there's probably going to be some distance there, so we might have to patch that up. But let's go ahead and mirror this right now. So I, enter, select that, enter, and then I'm going to draw or mirror that using this line that I still had. Click, and then not erase the source.